Welcome to Let Jaime Talk. I'm Jamie, sitting here with Brett.
Well, good morning, everybody. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Well, I wasn't asking you.
I know.
I was asking everybody else.
I know. I answered for everybody else. They're doing good too.
All right, sweet. That's amazing.
It is.
That is amazing. So you've had a busy morning already?
Yeah, man. Got up at 5 a.m. Watched both of these videos that we're going to do comments from today. Screenshotted all my comments. Trying to learn how to use my phone again because I updated my phone, and like stuff is different, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know when you update your phone, but everything's different. It'll tell you, like in your photos, hey, we have these new features. Do you want to explore them or not? And I always go past. I'll skip because I just need to get something done. So I basically skipped all the stuff that could teach me how to do it.
Of course.
And I'll just ask my son, who's 12, how it works.
Yeah, understood. And you're the one that actually needs to know how to use it because you don't know how to use it.
Yep. So
neither do I.
I'm going to wear my sweatshirt for the thing because I'm still cold. It's like, I don't know how cold, 15 outside right now?
Something like that.
Ben was kind enough to hook us up with a little electric heater on the floor.
He was. I even called his wife last night because Ben was out of town. And I said, can you go out to the studio and turn on the heat or just make sure the heat is on for us because it's going to be real cold.
No, it was on. I opened the door. It was warm. You know, I mean, this, for people that may not know, that's colder than average. You know, 15 degrees here. You know, that's colder than normal. So we're staying warm. But if I get hot, I'll just take it off. And I got my blue shirt. I wear this one all the time.
You're laying logos. I like it.
Oh yeah, boom, boom.
Here, let me get a little.
Can you see that?
There you go.
See. Oh, I got my little tassel. There we go. Perkins.
Yeah.
There it is. I actually like your green logo.
And then there's me. That's just like big Perkins.
Dude, I don't have that one.
Yeah.
I want that one.
Well, okay. You just let it be known. I got it.
No, I just did.
I'm the one that can make that happen. I
wear a Perkins shirt every day, so you know I need a good selection. I already have a good selection, but it can always get better.
It's a weird time in small business inventory. Oh, I'm on me. Hey, everybody, I'm not even on both of us, so nobody wants to see me.
That's not true, Brett.
It's a weird time in small business inventory because it's post Christmas, right? Everybody, which we appreciate very much. Everybody does a lot of shopping for Christmas, and then there's like this lull.
Yes.
So your inventory dwindles. And then you ramp it back up.
Right.
It's like a bell curve.
So it costs money to buy inventory.
It does. In exactly the moment that you have no money coming in. Somebody wants you and I to talk about small businesses, actually.
Okay.
It's been asked a few times. I'm like, I don't know if Jamie wants to talk about small businesses.
I don't think I'm qualified to educate anybody. I mean, I could tell you what I know. It wouldn't take long.
Yeah.
I mean, this would be like a
10-minute episode.
I was thinking 5 actually, but
well, you know enough that you don't know, and so you have an accountant, you have a bookkeeper, which is the same. Well, people,
yes,
and then you have me and your wife.
That's it.
Yeah. So you defer the things you don't know because your brain is full of all the things that we want to talk about and that they want to talk about.
I guess you know. I'm going to say that I don't love being a business owner for the sake of that. That part doesn't get me excited at all. I'll just say that. Like, I don't get juiced at all about being a business owner. I like doing my work. It is sometimes a burden to be the business owner. Maybe always. I don't know. People that run their own businesses, you're in charge of it. Nobody else is doing it for you. You know, for me, like, I'll just say this about being. It just means you have to communicate a lot with whoever needs to be communicated with. For me, it's homeowners and subcontractors and my crew and material supply houses in general. Those are the things. And also keeping track of finances daily. Yeah. Not go through the week and then at the end of the week, Friday or Saturday comes around and say, oh, I got to do all my books for the week. For me, I would lose it because I would forget everything that is involved with that and I would make mistakes big time. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I know about business. We did that. That was only like 30 seconds.
Morning chit chat. How to own your own business.
So, hey, look, today we're going to talk about 2 episodes of the Builder Brothers videos called Fixing a Sagging Floor.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a lot of fixing of sagging floor. Well, maybe not sagging is the right word, but
bouncy.
Not strong enough bouncy floors at my own house currently. I'm actually, as soon as we get done with this, I'm going to go do that in my basement. I'll be putting in extra floor joist, extra support. And, this is a really common problem.
Yeah.
I mean, whether something was undersized, whether it was sized properly yet didn't meet somebody's expectation, like building to code is the minimum. And so I get a lot of flack sometimes for wanting to go crazy and overbuild, you know, and like that is my desire.
It's not your money.
Well, not always. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
I mean, well, it is right now in your basement. But
when it's my own money, I go extra nutty.
Yeah.
I just sprinkle another layer of.
That's not always true because you're fixing your own problem right now.
I know. But now I am going extra super crazy. But, you know, when it's for other people, of course, you want it to be great. Now, I probably do better work for other people than myself. But do
you think people defer to the engineer too often and don't question them? Like, oh, the engineer says this will work, and then the trust company says this will work, and so it'll work.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't think you can sort of...
how do you check them?
I don't know if you can... I don't know what the right word... What does pigeonhole mean? Making someone to do something? I don't know if you can... Or I don't know if you can stereotype the engineer so much that way, because some engineers like really...
Sure, okay.
You know, like the guy that I use the most now, he's like always on the heavy side of safe. You know, they have codes... Or there are codes. They have standards, I guess.
Sure, just like you do.
In books and degrees of strength that I don't know about, you know?
And they have liability.
They have insurance.
Yeah. Just like
we do.
Just like
I mean, we have...
Well, that comes up.
Yeah.
A lot, so.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on this one here. There's definitely comments about that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no problem with going a little stronger.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes there is a problem, like it doesn't fit, like that's too big. It won't fit there.
Yeah.
I love things to be made of equal parts of strength and beauty. That's kind of my thing.
Okay.
It's got to be strong. It's got to be beautiful, at least to my eye. It can't, sometimes just being strong may not be, enough, and just being beautiful is not enough either. But sometimes beauty follows strength. Like, oh, that's strong, and that makes it look beautiful.
Okay.
You know, in my mind, at least.
Yeah.
Like a nice big beam holding up something big and heavy.
I mean, steel.
Yeah. You're like, wow, look at that. That's strong. Look at that. Like when I remember one time over in Asheville, they were building a new bridge. And I like watching bridges get built. Of course, there's how many
5 of them, I think, between here and Asheville.
Yeah. I was just talking to the guy who's the head of Southern Concrete in charge of all that area with all the bridge pours.
And this has nothing to do with lean, everybody. Yeah. This is 65-year-old bridges. They were all built at the same time, basically, in the 40s. Yeah.
So the guy that I was talking to at Southern Concrete, he was at our job site.
85 years.
Well, it's no big deal. It's just the math. I forgot how many hundreds of thousands of cubic yards of concrete that they are now, you know, putting into the new bridges. But anyway, I'm sorry. I got distracted on my own story. My story is this. In Asheville, they were building a bridge. They had all the materials laid out on the side of the road, and there was these I-beams. They were as tall as my car. They were at least 5 feet tall. Giant I-beams. It was like over where, you know where Bent Creek is, where the Toyota dealer is?
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah.
That spot. Man, I was just so impressed with these giant I-beams. And you talk about long, I mean, they were just about as long as you could see. You're like, where's the other end of it?
They were probably even curved.
They probably were.
Crowned. They were crowned.
They probably were. And if you think about, you know, that was a long time ago. That was like 10, 12 years ago. I still think about that one beam.
I have no doubt. Every time you look at a beam, you're like, ooh.
And then when I drive by and I got my family in the car, I'm like, hey, boys, you see that beam? I looked at that once before it was built.
Yep.
And they're not impressed. Of course, they don't care.
My grandfather was a lead engineer on the Tappan Zee Bridge, which is in New York. Well, was in New York. It actually doesn't exist anymore. But at the time, it was the longest suspension bridge in the world.
What?
And I remember as a kid him telling me that they had to calculate for the curvature of the earth.
No.
So the bridge, you know, I mean, obviously that makes total sense, but it was slightly like this because the earth was curved. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I've actually never fact-checked my grandfather.
Well, but I'm sure he was telling the truth.
It was a cool story, and there's a picture floating around somewhere of him like in one of the I don't know what do you call them, drawing total blank. Not column, piers. Yeah.
Piers?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Wow.
supports.
I never knew that about you
That's-
and your
yeah.
family history of building and engineering.
Yeah, he went to Columbia when he was 16, graduated 20, and worked for U.S. Steel.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Now my kid's going to be a civil engineer.
Fantastic. Runs in the family.
It skipped a generation.
Well,
I'm all about finance.
Somebody had to sell us all these shirts and shirts and shoes that I'm wearing.
Well, that's Ben. I don't design any of this. I just do the math.
All right. Well, let's get into some questions
Sounds
and
good.
comments here. So I watched both of these videos this morning and extracted the best of the best for you guys. So just like when I send Facebook videos to you, Brett, in the middle of the night or maybe at 5 a.m, you can trust that I have filtered through thousands of them to just find.
They're all cars.
Just to find the best ones and send them to you. So anybody that, excuse me, gets a text message video from me, and then the next day I say, hey, did you watch that video I sent you? And they're like, nah, I didn't watch it. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't just watch 1,000 videos just to pick the best one to send for you to not watch it.
I watch them all.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Okay. So as we discussed earlier about engineers and their insurances and things like that, the first comment, in which was commented, I bet 30 or 40 times, is this: who pays for your work? On this video, at least, the engineer that was wrong, ? Or the contractor that hired the engineer, like me. I'd be interested to know how that works. All right, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee because this one might be a long answer. Excuse me so much. Okay, just getting warmed up. Sorry, I just drank a half a bottle of hot sauce too. The tool belt torch really lit up my breakfast in a good way. Okay, so I have to start by telling about the house a little bit. So the house was designed by an architect about 30 years ago with a floor system that probably had some midpoint supports over this 30-foot span. So a 30-foot span, okay? Clear span. The homeowner desired this clear span. No supports in the basement. So there were, and basically are, well, there are now, but there were no load-bearing points. And that was a great picture of it. Can you bring that up? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the truss engineer that works for the truss factory, they designed this truss. I'm a little frogged up, but I'll get there. Trust me.
Do you need me to get some water?
No, I'll be okay. I'll just pour some coffee on myself here.
Okay.
So they said, yes, we can clear span this, and it is the maximum length that they can clear span with a 2-foot deep truss. So it's 2 feet tall. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we call deep. It's tall. And if you'll notice on this picture, the bottom cord of the truss, which is the part that would be basically the ceiling, it has a double 2x4 bottom cord.
Pancaked flat.
Yep. And that part is under tension. Okay. I don't know if they doubled the top cord on these or not. They probably did too. At any rate, they were trying their best to make the strongest truss they can in this dimension. Now, if this truss had been 3 feet tall, oh man, it would have been so strong. But I think in regular residential building, I think 24 inches for the floor truss is just about the max that you're going to get out of a standard truss. Okay.
And not 30 feet.
Nah, well, I wouldn't do it again. But it was upon the homeowner's request to have this clear span.
Sure. And it did pass.
It passed code. The engineer drew it. Now, there's this thing called deflection, which I'm sure you know what it is. It's how much can that thing sag? Mm-hmm. Allowable deflection. And with every calculation of an engineered load, you're gonna know how much deflection there is potential for under normal loading or circumstances. All right. So how much deflection is allowed or built in an allowable amount on a 30-foot span on a wood floor truss? And I don't know the answer to that, but here's why I'm mentioning it though. Based on our measurements and the visible signs of this sagging, and the visible signs upstairs were some cracking drywall, a gap under the baseboard, something with the kitchen and the countertop that you could see. With all the factors combined, we figured that in the center of the span, it had dropped 3/8 of an inch. Now, that is not much.
It's not.
It's not that much, but it's enough to be a problem. And especially in the kitchen, and I am dealing with the same problem in my house, in the kitchen especially, We build up the floor systems like not necessarily double strength, but at least a time and a half in kitchens, maybe double. Anywhere between 1.5 to 2.
Just like bathtubs.
Just go ahead and plan on doubling the load in the kitchen. Why? Because most often granite or solid surface countertops are in kitchens now. They're really heavy. It's a big dead load. You're going to have cabinetry full of stuff, full of a giant silverware drawer and all your pots and pans, things that are there that are heavy all the time. Plus, it's a gathering place. You're likely to have 5-6 people all standing really close to each other. And so there's another 1,000 pounds for you. Mm-hmm. All right. And then somebody comes running through the room like one of your kids that's the size of an adult. Yep. And you wonder why the floor bounces. Yep. Well, all right, there you go.
Yep.
So the deflection is there is an allowable amount. Mm-hmm. And it may come down to your personal tolerance of how much bounce you feel okay with. Right?
0. Well, you had to ask me, but
yeah. Good luck living in a wood house, but I agree. I don't want any bounce, man. If I built myself another house right now, I'd build it so strong.
I'm trying to think if my house bounces or if it just creaks.
Yeah,
like it does flex.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've never actually bounced. I'm a 50-year-old dude with no kids at home. So
okay, well,
I don't bounce up and down.
I'll go test it for you. I have a way that I just jump up and down. Okay, I'm going to answer the question here in just a moment. But have you ever been downtown on the bridge on Everett Street there?
Of course.
And this is a bridge in the middle of Bryson City.
Yep.
It's a 3-lane. So what is it? 3 lanes? Yeah, it's 2 lanes. Yeah. It's
two in a it's 2 in a parking, but 2 in a turn.
Okay, so there's 2 one way, 1 lane the other way, and then it's basically 4 cars wide, and then there's parallel parking. Okay, if there's cars on that bridge parked, and you're walking in the middle of the bridge, and then a tractor trailer or a big truck drives across the bridge, you feel the whole thing shaking, like vibrating up and down. Mm-hmm. It literally, the concrete and steel. Oh yeah, you can find a picture of it. Yep. Oh yeah. Sweet. Brett's really good at this computer job, by the way.
So you guys can see it's this right here. I can't blow it up or anything. That's the bridge.
That's the bridge I'm talking about.
It's got 2 of these, one on each side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bet it does.
No, it does. But
yeah. Okay, so that bridge right there, I'm telling you, it bounces.
Yeah. Even with just a car.
Yeah.
But if a concrete truck goes by, forget it, man. You're like, I want off this thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you ever been in a big parking deck, somewhere, and you feel them move? Even inside a building, a giant building like a conference hall or the convention center, anywhere, big buildings. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm saying all that to say that the fact that a wood floor in a house bounces a little bit is not surprising, unless you're on a concrete slab on the first floor. Shouldn't feel a lot of bouncing there. Yep. Okay, let's get to the question.
And it's normal to feel. It's not, you wouldn't walk across this floor and go like, you wouldn't say like, oh, this thing is bouncing too much.
Right.
It would just feel like it had some sort of give. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yes. All right. So now I'm going to answer the question. I'm really drawing this one out for you.
That's okay. We got all day.
Okay.
It does have more than that. No, that's not the right bridge.
The short answer is the homeowner paid for this. Okay.
Twice.
Yeah. Well, yes. The engineer would have been basically the truss designer, engineer guy. And I don't even think we called him. I don't even think we threw a phone call out because to pursue, this costs about $10,000, by the way, to do this work.
Okay.
It took, a week. It took a week worth of work, really, to pursue getting somebody else to pay for it legal and like suing them, or I don't think they would willingly just hand over the 10 grand, be like, oh yeah, you know what? I think I messed up. Here's the 10 grand. I don't think that's going to happen. So, short of like, I don't know, suing them for the money. Mm-hmm. And my homeowner didn't want to pursue that. I did not offer to pay for this because I didn't request the clear span and I didn't design it. And as the builder, am I responsible? Yes, but not. It wasn't a structural failure in the sense that it was about to break in half. It wasn't anything like that. It was just, it didn't meet their personal standard.
Nobody was in the wrong.
Yes and no. I mean, it's doing its job and it's not going to break. and it was within an allowable deflection given the design.
Okay. And when was it built? I know you said that already.
About 7 or 8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I said, hey, if I called the truss engineer and be like, hey, this thing is sagging 3/8, he'd be like, yeah, that's weird. We're allowed 5/8 or something silly. I don't know what the number is, but maybe it's a half. Maybe it's, for the expected allowable deflection. So, all right. So yeah, the homeowner paid for it. He didn't place blame on anybody really in particularly, and he was a really great guy, and I enjoy working for him both times. All right, I can't spend that much time on each question here. They won't be all that exciting, but
just so you know, there is a statute of limitations and repose for claims against home truss engineers, typically involving 3 years. So it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay, so it's more than double the time.
Correct. So there you go. And this is a general search, y'all, not like a North Carolina or United States or anything. Just a quick down and dirty. So,
fair enough.
Discovery of a defect, which there isn't one, is still only 6. So wouldn't have mattered either way.
Yep. Okay. So, I feel good about it.
Good. Maybe your homeowner actually looked that up.
I bet he did.
Said, you know what? Hey, Jamie, I just need you to do this because I can't get my money back anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He probably looked into it. Yeah. He also owns some rental houses down in Florida, and he's a retired. I think he's a helicopter pilot and helicopter training pilot that trained other people in the military.
Wow, that's cool.
To fly helicopters.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
I think it's unfortunate in today's world that homeowners are getting stuck a lot. Like, and I'm going to generalize, but you see things on YouTube all the time or social media. So it's bought a house in a tract home. It's been 3 months, and the same exact thing is happening.
Yep.
And they don't feel like they have any recourse, and then somebody files for bankruptcy, and they're literally hung.
Yeah.
Holding the bag,
Oh yeah.
And that's unfortunate. So,
not
everybody's got 10 grand to fix a problem, and this is a problem that happened 8 years later.
No, there was a guy that made a great show about that, though, about fixing stuff for Homes on Homes. Mike Holmes.
I actually am a big fan.
I am too. I used to watch him a lot on TV. I don't know if he's on.
He's on YouTube.
Okay, they're not. He is now currently.
I think so.
I don't know if he's making new content still or not, but
that would be a wonderful way. Like every time I watch that show, I go like, golly, man, that's a gift to be able to have. And I don't know the whole financial situation, right? Like somebody's funding that.
Somebody's paying for it, yeah.
Right. And I don't think it's the homeowner.
It's the show the producers of the show, probably.
Yeah, right.
Or the company that makes
But what a gift to actually be able to go into somebody's home and say, we're just going to fix it all.
Whatever's wrong, we're fixing it.
Right.
That is cool. I love that.
Yeah.
I do.
I think that's how you feel about our old houses that we buy and renovate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fix you.
Whatever it takes, I'm fixing it.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm going to look up, it's Mike Holmes.
Yep, Mike Holmes.
I'm going to look him up, see if he's on YouTube.
So I'm going to move
shout
on.
out to Mike Holmes. We'd love to have you as a guest.
We'll
come to Canada.
He knows who we are.
I think we need to.
He knows who we are.
I'm going to give him a shout out.
He knows we exist. Somebody asked him somewhere at one of the building shows who he would recommend to build them a house, and he said us. So
no way.
Yeah, he did.
Here it is, Mike Holmes, y'all.
Here we go.
If you haven't watched him, he really is, dude. I think his son worked with him for a while.
Okay.
And I agree. I think that's great. That's a
So his show, if anybody's interested, was called Homes on Homes.
Mm-hmm, right there.
There it is. Homes on Homes. Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Looks a little like a more rugged Jamie.
Yeah, more rugged, a little tougher, a little bit stronger. I think he knows a lot more about houses than me. But okay, we're going to move on with the comments here. Yep. So our concrete truck driver got lost trying to find the job. That's really common, as I said in the video. And somebody says, why don't you use GPS or send a pin to know exactly, so they will know exactly where we're at? There's some reasons. One is that I don't know who the driver is. Always.
It's just
I don't
dispatched.
right now. I don't have the cell phone number of the guy that runs the plant. I need to get it because their phone's down right now. So I call the plant and they don't answer. Who am I going to call? Nobody.
I mean, I could make a dad joke, but
yeah, I know. I know. I could hear it in my head. And then there was this other thing called something 3 words. What was this thing? Did you read that?
Mm-mm.
There was something about a name of an app or something that I don't know. I'll get to it here in a minute. So, well, I don't know. We just go find them old school style. Just like go searching for them.
You just walked in the driveway, which looked really long, by the way.
It was. It's a nice driveway, though. All right. Somebody says here, hats off to the homeowner for having a basement that massive and not filling it. I know mine would look very different. He is quite organized, really organized down there. And he did have a lot of stuff, but it was all like just so neat.
But he doesn't live here, right?
And clean. It's like half of the year, maybe.
Yeah. So, my basement could look like that too if I didn't live there full time.
Sure.
But mine doesn't look like that right now. There's a Christmas tree laying on the floor. Yeah. Because I haven't put it away yet.
Well, I felt bad making a mess because we did make a pretty good mess, and all the stuff stayed in there the whole time we were working, and so we had to like try not to get it dirty. But we told him, hey, something's going to get a little dirty. We're just going to do our best, to stay clean, and we did, and I think we did a reasonably good job of that.
Yeah.
Here, back to engineering. Here, somebody's commenting about the stud pack crew on YouTube. Says similar problem with stud pack guys. Their engineer specified a beam that was insufficiently strong, leading to sagging even before the house was complete.
I remember. I actually watched that episode.
I didn't, but I saw a little short of it or something, and I saw the beam. I saw Paul out there like pointing at it, and it was curved. I mean, it was
wasn't. Yeah.
So I didn't find out what was the result. Whether they just
they replaced it.
I'm sure they had to fix it. I mean, if you're still under construction, you can't move on. So that's good. So yeah, we're not the only one. Now, I don't know if that makes anybody feel better. I hope not, but
no, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Somebody says here, where's Arlo? Hadn't been around in a little while, and Arlo is retired. Most everybody knows that, but he did. I think he must have come by or something during this job for a minute. I don't know.
You see him in episode 2.
Okay.
He tries to. Well, you were.
Oh, you trying to be like me? Trying to get something stuck in your throat?
You were. This was filmed the same time you were digging Arlo's footings, and you ran into his water lines, and so he came up. But then I think he tried to pick you guys up at like Ingles or something.
Okay,
I don't remember.
Fair enough.
Ingles is our grocery store.
Yeah,
which the guys sometimes go for subs.
Okay, so all right. Here's a comment from Queen Builder Studio. I only read that one because it's easy to read. Most of these, I don't read the name just because it's something that I know I can't even read it.
Maybe we can get people to actually just put their name.
So,
like write your comment and go, Brett.
Too easy. Somebody says here, watching your channel made me believe I can build my own home and document it on YouTube as an owner builder. Thank you all for your content. I have watched almost every episode. Big fan. Well, that is pretty cool.
It absolutely is.
I bet if you've watched us do everything that we've done in all the videos and you think you can do it, I bet you can.
Yeah.
I bet you can. I would say it's not that hard, but it's not that hard, but you do need to know, sort of what you're doing.
I mean, yeah. It also is a whole nother job to YouTube it.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. If you got lots of time, you're just going to take your time. We're not taking our time. We're trying to build as fast as we can, but if you're on your own timeline, it's great.
Yeah.
Somebody also says about the truck getting lost, the driver. Why don't you put a company sign at the end of the driveway? It seems to be a reoccurring problem that can be fixed. Well, this was a one-time concrete delivery. That was the only delivery on the whole job. We were only there for a week. And so that's why we didn't do that. But I don't advertise. I don't put a company sign like house being built by such and such this way. Companies that do that, they're advertising, they're marketing. This beautiful home is being built by America's Home Place. This is one right below my house because they want you to see a house being built and be like, wow, that's nice. And then who's building it? Oh, here's the company. Oh, there's their phone number. Hey, I'd like a house just like this one. Right? Easy. We're not trying to advertise in that way. And as a matter of fact, we really don't want people knowing where our job sites are because I don't want to invite people that might want to take my stuff that I leave laying around.
Yep. You get asked every day if people can come see you.
Yeah.
Just so you know. And I try to coordinate that as much as I can, but.
Well, that's okay. You're doing great.
You don't need people just driving by. going, oh, Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not that hidden, but we're not advertising our location. But okay, somebody says here, see, like this name here, goodbye EMR.Anderson5065. See, that's a long name. Okay, the comment is this. Gosh, I love Max. He's a big boy too. How tall is he, actually? And I don't know, 6'2", maybe?
6'2" or 3.
He's tall enough.
He just looks really tall.
He's skinny.
Because
because we're short? Don't say it.
I mean, let's be honest. How tall are you?
5'10".
Okay.
5'10". Yeah.
Eric's 5'10".
Yeah, I think we're the same.
And you're the 2 tallest. Except for Max.
John is kind of tall. See, I just feel we're average.
He's under 6 feet.
I just think
you are average.
Yeah.
You are. But that makes Max look really tall.
He's above average. And it's handy too. Yeah. I mean, we're like, hey, can you reach that? Yeah. Dude, like almost every day we're like, Max.
Yeah. It's annoying. I mean, in a good way, but like Ben is 6'2" probably, which is I'm 6 foot, but that's a big 2 inches. I can't get everything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, jeez.
Right. Okay, next comment here. So in this video, we're using a concrete cutting saw to saw out. This was one of those things that the engineer specified, and that we had to cut out the slab and put in dedicated footings of a known size.
Yeah.
Because the thickness and the strength and the depth and what's under this concrete is unknown to the engineer and me, even though I watched the guy pour the slab. I didn't personally pour the slab. But for the engineer to verify their design, they need a known footing. And so that's what we did. We sawed out the slab, which is about 4 to 5 inches thick, and we dug down and put in a 12-inch thick concrete pad, 3 feet by 3 feet for every pier. That's pretty nice, except the work of doing it.
Yeah.
So what I always ask myself, well, what's stronger, a 5-inch slab that's tied to all this other concrete, or isolating it as a pier and pouring it thick and strong? I'm sure it's all over designed anyway.
I mean, I'm not an engineer, but I would say isolated.
Yeah.
Isolated deeper. I mean, why else would you have a foot? Why would you have a footing?
Good question. Okay. Fair enough. All right. So we were cutting concrete with a saw. We're trying to keep it clean, which we did. And we didn't have a hose attachment for the saw, so we use these pump sprayers, which I really like. Mm-hmm. I like the pump sprayer thing.
Oh, me too.
We do this all the time. And yes, you could put a hose on there. And Eric said, hey, we don't have the attachment to put the hose on here. Okay, great. But somebody says, hey, Hilti makes a water pump that would have saved you guys a lot of wages, because we got 2 guys standing there pumping. And there is a thing called a garden hose.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, I guess. I just still like this way better. Sometimes I do things, even though I know there may be a better way. A lot of times I just do it the way I want to do it. Mm-hmm. That's just what I do.
Okay, sounds good.
And
that's a pretty badass saw.
It's a nice saw. And there's a point in the video where Eric lets us hear what it sounds like. He revs it up outside. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Yeah, you got to wear earplugs. Yeah, any of these tools inside, jackhammer, saw. We're in here beating and banging inside a room. We're wearing ear protection like constantly. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked here about the ears too. All right, so we have a little concrete mixer. I don't know. Did we mix mud on this video? No, we got a concrete truck. So maybe we talked about the concrete mixer.
You did.
But somebody said, instead of the mixer that you guys have, which I use this little Cobalt, little plastic drum one. Mm-hmm. It's electric and mirror. It sounds like just like that.
It does.
It's kind of a neat sound. Instead of the mixer you guys have, shouldn't you really get a mud mixer? It would be a huge benefit for your mortar mixing block and small concrete jobs. Would you look up mud mixer? Because my suspicion is that I have one, but I want to see what the that's not a brand or nothing. That's just.
Don't you have another one other than?
I do. I have a giant gas powered.
Yeah, you do.
Machine. Yeah. I'm going to see if that's what that is, because many people commented you should get a mud mixer. And I'm like, well, what is a mud mixer? What is that? Oh, maybe it is. Oh, that's the concrete mixer thing. You just dump the dry mix in it and it shoots it out. Okay, $4,000 for a mud mixer. Mm-hmm. I have seen ads for this on Facebook. I don't want it. I just.
Oh, I need to show it.
I just.
There you go,
Okay.
people. Sorry.
I mean, I think it's a very cool thing if you were pouring footings, like a lot, like little footings for decks or things like that. But I already got so many machines laying around. I don't need another machine.
Okay.
I think they are cool. I think they're probably very good, and I'm sure they're easy to use. I just don't want one.
Do you remember what the other one is that you have, the bigger one?
It is made by, it's orange. Let me think.
It is.
It's got a hog on it. The logo is a big hog. I've got their mixer. I've got a troweling machine. It's at the tip of my tongue. It's a that's the brand.
Mud Hog?
Yeah, that's the brand. The Mud Hog is not the name of the company, but that's the one I have right there.
This one?
Click on that one. EZG. That's the brand. Okay, so that's what I have, except mine's on a trailer.
Jeez.
Kind of tire. So yeah, when we really need to mix mortar or concrete,
$13,000.
a lot of it, that's what we mix.
Yeah.
Now they sponsored our videos, this EZG, so I didn't buy the machine, but they gave it to us. And we have used it a bunch, and it's great. It mixes more than I need.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if I just need a little tiny thing, I don't want to use a giant thing.
Yeah, and it's on a trailer, right?
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. I thought I saw another one okay.
Yeah,
anyway. You'll see us using it.
Yeah. But this was, I think 2 cubic yards.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were able to get it immediately. So, I wouldn't have mixed all that, but I'm lazy.
No, come on.
Jason did not want to mix it all. And so there you go.
Well, no, nobody wanted to do it. Okay. Here's a good question on a comment by Dave Dundis. Dave Dundis. I like that. Did the truss drawing say no ceiling application? It usually says gypsum or plywood or purlins at some on center spacing. That is a good question. I do not recall that it did or didn't, but I do know that it passed code, it passed inspection, it passed final inspection. And if you look there, we do have bracing running perpendicular to the trusses, connecting each truss to the next truss over. And that we call strong backing, or it could be called bridging. Yes. So that bracing is in the truss drawing. It's located. There's a description of it in the details, and we did it per the drawing, and that's where it is. So here's something interesting. Okay. The purpose of that piece right there is to connect every truss to each other truss. So it makes almost like a grid. Not any one truss can get weight pushed down on it without sharing its load to the next 2 trusses, right? That's the idea, that no single truss can be overloaded or isolated, that the whole floor system becomes, I think it's called a diaphragm, but it becomes one sort of unit, if you will. At any rate, I do not recall any stripping, but on the bottom required. But having drywall, and I have, you know where I'm going to go with this.
Yep.
In my own house, I had drywall applied to the bottom of my floor joists, which would be the basement ceiling, and I took all that drywall off. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel like, and it was 5/8 drywall, I feel like my floor got bouncier after I took it off.
Okay.
The short answer is no, drywall was not required on the bottom of the ceiling. Would it have helped the truss from sagging? I don't think so. Would it have made it feel more unified by having another layer of something that connected every truss to every other truss? I think so. But I don't think it would have prevented it from sagging in any way.
It would have added a bunch of weight.
It is dead load. It is heavy. Yeah. Yes. So
they would have worked together, but it would have been more weight. So you never know. Who knows?
That's right.
It would have cracked.
At some point, the weight of the actual structural member itself, especially in a horizontal direction, becomes its own worst enemy as far as weight. How big of a span can you go with something of a heavy, weight? So, some materials just shine more than others in that. So materials that are super heavy. Anyway, okay. I'm not going to try to explain something. Engineering.
Okay.
Because
that's the point.
I'll say it all wrong, and then I'll get
lit up.
I'll get beat up.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if we talked about the cost or how much time it took to do this because we had to wheelbarrow the concrete in. So you could get concrete out of the truck into a wheelbarrow, and then it takes a minute. You got to wheelbarrow that in, dump it out, come back. We must have been talking about how long that takes, and the truck driver was just chilling, waiting for the next wheelbarrow to come back.
Him and his 10 kids.
Was it something like that? I saw something about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, something about being a, concrete truck driver drives women crazy. I'm pretty sure.
Well, I think he has like 4 or 5 foster kids.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
I still stand by my statement.
But he didn't want to go home till like midnight. He's like, I'll sit there all day.
Okay. Well, somebody says here, out here, wherever that is, the concrete guys only give you a certain amount of time for each yard to unload. Then they start charging you by the hour for extra time. Dang. So, I guess, okay, let's say you get a full concrete truck. How long should it take to offload that concrete truck? Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on a lot of factors, but I guess if you go way over the time, in some places, they'll charge you extra for it because that truck should be getting back to the plant and loading up and going and making more money delivering concrete to somebody else. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've never been charged extra, though, I don't think, for that. There were several comments, and I grabbed one of them here about the cracking in the slab, just like the slab under there.
Okay.
There are cracks in the slab, and it does have control. There's a good crack right there. It does have control joints cut into the slab already. Now, the control joint is simply a cut in the slab, or a relief cut, we might call it, that would just create a slightly weak spot in the slab at a selected location.
Yeah.
In a straight line.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
And encouraging the concrete to crack here.
Yeah.
When you crack, if you don't mind, please crack here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're going to crack, here's where to do it. Now, concrete does not always do what you say. And sometimes it will crack other places.
Yeah. I mean, there's a relief and there's a crack.
Yep. Diagonally off a corner. I bet that's pretty common. So this, believe it or not, this is crazy to say, but this slab's not structural. It's just the floor material. It's just the floor finish. There's none of the house is sitting on the slab. There's no consequence really other than the appearance of the crack. It did not shift or, one side did not heave or up or down or sink or settle. It simply cracked. Okay. And that is pretty common. I think to not have a slab crack, you'd have to pour it in or cut it deeply at 10-foot squares. Or maybe a little bigger, but maybe not much bigger. If you go into Lowe's or if you go to Walmart, look at their concrete floors. Mm-hmm. And most of them are just a polished concrete floor. Hardly ever will you see finished material on a floor in a place like Walmart or Lowe's or Home Depot, big buildings like that. But you will see the size of how big the grid is, of how big of a piece of concrete do they think they can have that will not crack on its own. Mm-hmm. And they're either cut or poured separately. They're not poured separately, but they're isolated somewhere into these squares in the maximum size that they think will stay in one piece.
I'm going to go walk around Lowe's and look for cracks.
Let's go grab a tape measure and make a short Facebook video.
Okay. And look for cracks.
And we'll look for cracks too.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay. So I'll read the comment here. This one was, okay. Somebody says here, that's a substantial hairline crack. Not just any hairline crack. This is a substantial hairline crack. Okay, just got that straight. The shear and stress factor/failure needs to be assessed with an engineer for remediation. In our country, this is a different country. In our country, we have a polyethylene foam as an expansion joint filler between the wall and the slab junction. Allows for movement from temperature changes or settling, preventing cracking, expansion, and contraction. Also, the fact that there's no slab mesh, which would be like metal, is going to greatly affect the tensile strength of the concrete. Very different building codes over here. Now, I'm going to say he's not wrong, or this person is not wrong, but steel in a slab is not required if it's non-structural like this one is. It's just the floor surface. And there you go. So, yes, I'm going to agree with the comment, but also it doesn't matter. So, It's kind of that. No disrespect. I'm just saying.
No.
Now, if
you're both right.
It's true. Now I don't like cracks in the concrete.
No.
All right. Somebody asked, what hearing protection do I use? And I use the little 3M little earplugs, little orange ones with the little orange stretchy neck thing. Mm-hmm. But I also use my my earbuds for my phone.
Noise canceling.
Beats. No, they're not noise canceling. I don't like noise canceling.
Oh.
It messes with, I don't like noise canceling.
Okay.
I just like plain earplugs. So I use my Beats earbuds. They're around the neck kind. I just like that kind. A lot of guys like the individual. Hey, you're looking for something for us to put on our affiliate link, Beats. I'll look up the ones I wear. I bought them at Walmart, but now I buy them on Amazon because I have the Beats. My kids have the Beats. I'm telling you what, they're wired. They sound good. I listen to a lot of music.
Well, you like them because they hang around your neck.
They hang around my neck. I answer the phone with them.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, you've had multiple pairs of the same ones.
When they die, they usually have some construction related thing that makes them quit working. But I really do like them.
Yeah.
Man, we should get sponsored by Beats.
Do they make these?
I'm telling you what. I don't know. Okay. Great.
Beats.
Everybody's going to go buy Beats now.
They're owned by Apple.
Apple. Great. Okay, let me skip that comment. I already answered that one. Okay, this is the concrete truck driver thing. It's called What 3 Words. That's the thing I was trying to find earlier.
Oh, the app?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Somebody just says, why not use What 3 Words? And I'm like, I don't even know what 3 words is. So we're going to find out.
There you go.
You want to read that?
I can.
I'm going to drink some coffee.
What 3 Words app is a navigation tool that divides the world into 3-meter squares. Assigning each is a unique, easy to remember 3-word address. Table, chair, lamp. For precise location sharing, even without traditional addresses. There you
go. Can you read the rest of it there and use your radio voice though?
Oh no! Dude.
Come on, do it.
I don't even know where I was. Useful for meeting points, emergencies, and exploring. It provides GPS coordinates, offline compass navigation, and integrates with other map apps. Make it simpler to find and share exact spots globally.
Awesome. You're a really good ad reader.
What 3-word app?
What 3-word app? Oh, wow.
There we go. We're not going to download it, but this is what it looks like.
Into a grid. The whole Earth.
Why has it got to be in meters?
Oh man, don't they have an American version?
Yeah, that would. The truck driver would be like, I don't know where I'm going. What is this square meter? All right, well there you go.
Oh wait, a square meter. That's 10 feet. That's 10 feet. 10 feet by 10 feet. Okay. Now I'm getting it. Super. I never heard of that.
Never get lost again. What 3 words?
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should try it.
What 3 words? I guess if it's free, I'll download it.
It is free.
But then I have to get...
The other guy's got to download it.
See, the other guy is a person I don't know.
Well, yeah, but just get the whole concrete plant.
There's 10... Oh. Dude, I got too much to do to go convince them to download that. They probably... Yeah. They're probably like my dad. They probably still have flip phones. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to them, of course, there.
I wish I had one.
I want to get the Jitterbug. It's got big numbers on it. You can't miss them.
Oh, my gosh. I need to look up the Jitterbug now.
Yeah, look up the Jitterbug. You don't know about the Jitterbug?
No.
Okay, well, you're fixing to know.
Is it a phone?
Yeah.
Jitterbug phone?
Yeah. There you go. Here we go.
Jitterbug.
Is it a flip?
Yeah.
Oh, they might have a new version now. See, this is not the Jitterbug I know. This must be a new one.
There you go.
It does have big numbers, though.
Jitterbug Flip 2, 16 gigabytes.
All right. That's a lot of jiggly bytes. But, all right. Next comment here. I have never heard this question. That's why I got this one. You guys, here the question is this. Do you guys ever take into account precautions for concrete curing indoors? I'm assuming the off gas isn't, or it says ain't, the greatest thing to inhale. I've never heard of any off gassing when concrete dries or cures. I would call it curing instead of drying. But does concrete off gas while curing? I don't know. So we're doing the Google AI search here. So I guess the short answer is yes. But we typically, I will say this, we're typically not pouring concrete inside because we're usually outside when that part happens. But also this was a very small amount of concrete given the huge volume of space that we were in. So no, we did not take any precautions, and I don't know if there are, in Brett's reading here, but I think it's mostly talking about dust, breathing in the dust being more of a hazard than just the off-gassing. So
yeah, it's silica and
good question though.
Bad dust, but yeah.
Okay, that was by Eric Harper 6265. I'm going to say that's a great question.
Somebody out in YouTube world, give us an answer.
Okay,
more than what we just found on AI.
We're going to have to do more podcasts to answer more questions if we
did that, we'd be here a long time because we got lots of questions.
We got a lot of questions. So we like to answer the Perkins Builder Brother videos because they have so many questions and such a large viewership that we want to answer those questions for the most amount of people to get their question addressed. But we have a lot of comments on our own channels too. I say channels, but like the podcast and the Jaime in the Wild. And we don't have enough time to get to all those.
Nope. We're doing our best.
We are doing that. Okay.
I was going to say that earlier. That it is sometimes a lot of people want to see like your basement, right? Because we've started that little series.
Yes.
In the Let Jaime Wild, and they're like, we want to see you doing it, and I'm like, we cannot. Jaime, when Jaime is on his own job, doing something for himself, there is no pause.
I'm getting it done.
Yes.
Like double time.
If I tried to film him, he would look at me like, "Yo, you got to go."
Well, you got to understand that. I spend my normal work days working hard and filming.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything important without making sure it gets filmed.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I work by myself, I'm like, ooh, I can do whatever I want. And I don't have to film it. It's a luxury.
There's no stopping.
Yeah.
There's no stopping just to film and do that. And you don't have Eric around. I mean, and Eric.
Well, Eric's a producer of the show.
Yeah.
He's the editor, the film guy. He's the producer
of Perkins Builder Brothers.
His vision of what it's going to be when it's finished, he can see it all at the time of filming. At any rate, I don't do that with our Jaime in the Wild stuff because of our time limitations, primarily. But, so the style of the Jaime in the Wild videos, in case anybody wonders, is shaped by how much time we have to do the filming and in what way for it to be edited and released within a reasonable amount of time and for us to all not lose our minds and to actually have it. So this is the way it's possible.
Yeah, and it's a bang for your buck scenario where the buck is your time.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything other than, okay, me or Ben or whatever, Jaime will go in and say, okay, you did all this work. Now, what were your hurdles? What were the things that you got stumped on? How did you fix them? What are what's the inspector going to look for when you're doing this? You need to think about this, right?
Yep, exactly. So I basically perform the work and then do a review of it for the video.
Right.
And that's a very digestible way to do it. It's very easy to film and edit.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think it's any less effective. I mean, I'm sure people, YouTube people may argue otherwise because they're not getting the visual, but for the most part, you're answering a lot of the questions. It may just be verbal and looking at something that's already completed, but I think it's very effective.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Well, we're becoming our own thing in this realm because we can't duplicate Builder Brothers. We're just not that. I guess that's what it is. We are not that. That is that, and I'm that too, but not on Fridays.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh,
there's
man.
no way. There's not enough time in the world.
No.
To do
goodness
it twice.
Okay, so we're going to get on to the next set of comments here, which I think is transitioning to the second video, which is, and I think I only have a few more left here. I'm going to see how many I have left. Yeah, just a handful. Okay. Where we're actually installing the beams, and a lot of people had the same questions. So I've got 2 or 3 questions that were asked 100 times. One is that, here, I'll just read the question. You spoke of potentially the possibility that an 8x8 pressure-treated support post at the end of the beam would shrink. I think they just mean the post itself, the 8x8. Why did the engineer call for wood and not for a steel post to be bolted to the floor and the top of the beam? No shrinkage. So obviously an I-beam would be the strongest probably, for a support column. We chose to use the wood for a couple of reasons. One is the easiest to install, and no fabricating. The steel costs more than a couple boards. So we were going to potentially use an 8x8 post, though, a solid wood pressure treated 8x8. That's the way that you get them here. You can't really buy an 8x8 that's not pressure treated from any lumber yard, and we would not be allowed to use a post that wasn't pressure treated because in places it's in contact with concrete. That one, is that one up right there? Can you show that one right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in this example, we may have even left a 1/2-inch space off of the wall there because I see a little shadow on that one. Ideally, a little air gap wouldn't hurt. It's hard to tell. Oh, no, it's zip tape.
Yeah,
okay.
That's not shadow.
Okay, so we
zip
did.
taped.
Yeah, we did. We zip taped it so that we didn't get any transfer from the concrete. But I didn't want to use a wet pressure treated 6x6 because it could potentially shrink in length, even though supposedly wood does not shrink in length when it dries. It does some. It will and can in a super wet pressure treated scenario. Given that our whole goal was to precisely raise this thing up, approximately 3/8 of an inch and have it exactly where we want it and never move again. If it shrank even 1/8, it'd be sagging again to a degree that is unacceptable given the work and effort that went into raising this thing up to be exactly where we repositioned it.
Yep.
I agreed that the steel could have been better. It would have been more difficult to install, though.
I mean, you would have had to have cut it and figured it. I mean, yeah.
So, yeah, part of the beauty of the wood post, and it's not really maybe evident, I don't know if it is in the video, but we cut each individual, I think we put 5 members or 5 layers of wood together to make this vertical post. Each one was cut precisely to fit per its location. And I even mean each one within those 5 are cut some slightly different to make it tight and fit perfect to the bottom of that I-beam. And if the floor is a little bit, like, for example, that base plate, the metal base plate, if it wasn't perfectly dead level and it was, an 1/8 of an inch out of level from one side to the other, or a 1/16, I don't know. We made sure that each board jammed in there perfect fitted, tight enough to make pressure, but not so tight that you raise the floor when you beat it in. To do that with a thing that had a square base plate, 6 inch or 8 inches by 8 inches, you'd have to slide it in.
Mm-hmm.
And in order for anything like that to slide in, you have to raise the thing above you up more than you want it, and then slide it in with a little gap and then let the load down. And with a finished house with drywall and flooring and doors, kitchen, countertops, we didn't want to push beyond the finished location. Yeah. So we only brought the floor up to exactly where we want it. Wow, my voice got really crazy when I said exactly. Yeah. It's because I'm getting all worked up about it now.
Well, yeah, and where you would have been pushing would have been under the walls, like the exterior walls of the house, not in the middle of the room.
Also, where I'm standing here in this part of the house.
Right. Okay, yeah, right there.
And somebody's pointing at me. Must be Eric. Right above where the lift is there and where I'm standing is a tile bathroom floor.
Yeah, I think somebody said that.
So listen, we were being so careful to lift and monitor upstairs what's going on that, look, if I caused that whole floor to crack and then, this job cost what I said about $10,000 to do this, it probably would have cost another, another $10,000 to tear all the tile out. Well, I'm really getting mad now. Dude, I'm slapping my microphone. My voice is getting raspy. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you get the point.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I forgot what we're even talking about. Okay, great.
8x8 length shrinkage. Each 5 2x8 being cut to a certain length. All right. Anyway,
so we landed on the 5-layer 2x8 as the best combination of ease of installation, cost, precision, cut, install, everything. It fit the bill. Another factor is that the homeowner might finish this space out now eventually. And a wood post is just easier to finish to than a metal I-beam post because, well, that metal hollow shape of an I-beam is difficult to wrap or attach to or different things, right? So this wood post is a perfect nail a wall to it, nail drywall to it, nail 1x12s to it, make a finished post. It was a much easier way And I did make sure that my engineer, approved of this, because it wasn't the original idea.
Mm-hmm.
But I called. I said, "Hey, I'm thinking something different on these. What do you think?" And he ran the loads, calculated it. He said, "Oh yeah, it's great. It's great." So this is compressive strength on these things is massive.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and also, this is obvious, but I'm going to state it. All of our efforts are supplementary, right? So we're adding a system. This beam system is enough to carry the load of the middle of the house as if there was a joint in those trusses. You could literally saw them in half above this beam with a saw cut, and it would be absolutely support. It might even go up if you cut them in half.
Bing.
It might
other way.
still, because there's so much there's tension on the trusses. So just keep in mind, this is all supplementary, meaning just additional and non-required, asterisk by that, but also overbuilt for that load. Okay.
Yep.
Golly.
Yep.
Man, you got me all mad. I'm slapping my mic. I'm about to spit on this thing. Okay, now I'm gonna say I feel a little silly because I got a comment here a bunch of times about that genie lift that we used to raise the beams into place, and we were having a hard time getting it centered between the trusses because the top of the machine was taller than the beam, and so that was a little bit of a struggle. We made it happen though. It wasn't the worst thing ever. Apparently, you can flip the forks over to where they stick up higher than the top of the machine.
Yep, this right here.
Yeah.
These flip over.
Apparently they do. I did not know that. Although I will say it was nice that those were super low when we put the beam. Lifting the beam by hand was still difficult. Mm-hmm. And when you flip the fork over, I don't know if it makes it 2 feet higher or whatever, it would have been harder to lift the beam onto it to start with. So,
yep. Oh, you don't even need to comment on it because everybody else commented on it for you.
What?
Just flipping it over.
Oh, yeah. Next time we'll know.
Yeah, everybody knows now.
And there's one or two more comments here. Somebody says here, it's always entertaining watching carpenters work with steel. So this must be from somebody that is a steel worker. And I would agree. And, we might think it's silly for you watching you do some woodworking too.
Hey, there it is.
But I'll take the comment. Listen, it doesn't bother me at all. And I appreciate the comment because I would even bet it's painful. I bet it's painful for a steel worker to watch us. Oh man.
Yep.
It is that. And, I actually really like to watch steel work go like big buildings. Like,
for sure.
I love watching.
Amazing.
This giant crane swinging steel all over the place from a mile away, and then these guys up on top of the building holding on to something. I hope
walkers
and aligning all the bolt holes and welding stuff out in the. Oh, it's crazy.
It is.
I got a lot of respect for those guys. Okay. Somebody did appreciate that I told Eric to deburr the edges. We had some sharp cut edges on these beams.
Yep.
And I just, I've got cut enough times handling stuff that's sharp that if I can prevent that for me and somebody else, I would love to. Yep, there's a nice sharp edge. So I took a grinder and deburred those edges, made them nice and rounded and safer.
There it is. Look at Jamie, dude. I just can't help myself.
I know. Eric was like, no, stop. Don't do that. And I was like, get out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. And it made me happy. A nice chamfered edge on almost any material. I mean,
it's your love of...
It's...
Yep.
This
hand
is
planes.
I was going to say hand plane. This is the equivalent of hand planing the edge of a board.
Yeah.
Why
would you not do that?
Okay. And then a lot of other people were upset that we didn't use a mag drill, which we had to drill a bunch of holes in these beams. Not really big holes. I think what was it, half or slightly over half, 9/16. We don't have a mag drill. And if you don't know what that is, a mag drill is like a drill press, a small one. Portable that you can stick to an I-beam, you can turn on the magnet and it will stick on there and you literally pull a handle down.
Yeah.
It's a portable drill press that sticks upside down, sideways, don't matter. But they are heavy. We tried to use one at Brock's house. He had one and it was so unwieldy. It was heavy. Maybe it was a big one that we didn't use it anyway, even though we had one. But here we were working on the ground. We're getting the spinny wheel here.
Yep.
All right. We'll scroll on to the, we use the, that's called a step bit, which is amazing. and it's an amazing drill bit for sizing holes up.
Especially if you don't wear it out in your first hole.
Yeah. Well, they did a bunch of holes with that one bit. I think we toasted 1 or 2 bits, but given the task, that was pretty incredible.
My only tip to anybody, and you guys don't really say this, Eric does say, I think right after this, when he flips this over,
yep.
Ow, my wrist.
Oh, yeah.
So a step bit, any bit, if you don't know,
if it catches.
will catch and just torque your hands. It'll rip the drill out of your hand. So be careful and go slow.
If I can, I would put my knee or my leg against the side of that drill because when they stop,
it's no joke.
Well,
it doesn't stop. You go with it.
Yeah. So a lot of people ask, why did we not use hydraulic bottle jacks to lift the floor? And
you guys used a little tiny bottle jack and a 4x4 that was probably how old?
Well, and we had scroll around till you see this thing here. You see that? This thing? See if you can find a shot of that on the video.
What is that thing?
That's the little jack post.
Okay.
So the reason we didn't is that the homeowner had a bunch of these like basement or crawl space jacks that were metal posts, and he had bought like 10 of them.
Oh, the red.
Yeah, those red screw jack post things. He already had 10 of those, and I thought that's a sufficient tool, we'll call it. It was just about as good as a bottle jack. We may have used 1 or 2 bottle jacks, but for the most part, we use these screw jacks.
And these are temporary, folks. You walk into a basement, you see these there. They're not supposed to be there.
I don't think they're permanent.
No.
They're meant to be permanent.
I mean, they do help.
I mean, the houses that we remodeled, there was more than a dozen of them in the crawl space.
But it also had hemlock post into dirt.
Yeah, we dug them all out, dug footings.
Yes.
And put in real
6x6s.
Yep. So I agree the bottle jack would have been great, but those actually worked pretty nice.
Yeah, but you did use a 4x4 and a bottle jack.
We did, and that works great too.
I think that might have been what they were talking about in that instance.
Okay.
When you were pumping your little tiny bottle jack and a 4x4 that was probably just getting compressed.
There was, I don't know if we even used mine or if the homeowner just happened to have one sitting there and we grabbed it.
That's a good shot of Jason. This was funny. Sorry.
This
was funny.
Okay. What is this here?
Just Jason's layout for what's about to happen.
Oh, okay.
All the different, he went to the back of Eric's Subaru. And he started grabbing drills and he's like, okay, this is for this. 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 And then you guys you should have called me because you needed a nut driver sideways. You needed a battery powered ratchet.
Yeah.
Which I have.
You're right.
Because you use those all the time.
It's hard to keep everything on the truck. It's so hard.
Yeah. But where is Eric doing that? Sorry, guys. Oh, there's Jason. Anyway, I can't remember, but Eric's like trying to, this was just.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Like, what are you doing?
Somebody said we need a 90-degree drill. And I would agree with that. I don't have one.
I do. Sorry.
Oh, great. Okay, last comment here, and this will be it. Why not use a laser level to level the floor trusses to be straight? And, that is a good suggestion. We just kind of went for all those factors I listed at the beginning of our podcast here to indicate all the indicators. I went by those. So we had about 3 different indicators, including sighting down the truss. And once those indicators had all been, met or fixed, we stopped.
Yeah.
So whether the laser told me, hey, go up another this much or that much, I probably would have leaned heavier on my real world indicators than is this thing perfectly level.
Right. And that was there was some baseboard separation, the kitchen backsplash to the cabinets.
Yep.
And
the crack in
the ceiling drywall or at the ceiling.
Yeah. So there's 3 things, and plus just sighting the truss, and you could see the sag and you could see it when it was raised.
Yeah. Laser eye.
With those, yes. Not to be discounted.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got.
It's easier than you think to notice a bow or a cupping or bowing, right?
When you're used, yes.
With your eye, if you're actually looking at it over a 30-foot span.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see it. So that's all I got. There was a lot of good comments, a lot of good questions, I feel like, on this set of videos. And also this was filmed like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
It just now released. And so some people were confused as to why it was summertime again.
Yeah, this is a tweener.
Yeah, we had saved this footage And for a time when we needed it, which we did over the holiday breaks, we didn't get any footage.
Yeah.
And so we've released this.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up when we were talking about business earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's your business and my business aren't very dissimilar for the same reasons. It's cold right now, and people don't come out here. So that's part of my problem with my business in the winter. And yours is the job that you're currently doing is happening outside and has to do with concrete and block and frozen earth and all kinds of problems. So you got to have tweeners or you just get stopped, which is what happened, right? Like, so you had a week.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that included New Year's.
To work on my basement, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Right. Yep. But that's why these videos kind of happen.
Okay. Well, I got to go.
Where are you going?
I got to go to my house. I got to work on my basement.
Okay.
I can't just podcast all day. I got real work to do.
You need to work on the studio.
That's what I'm saying. All right. Well, let's call it right there. Thank you to everybody for sticking around, if you did. And I hope that there was some information in all of these questions being, I'll say, discussed by us that will help you in some way on your projects. We'll catch you next time. And you got anything? You usually have a list of things for me to answer at the end.
That's okay.
He doesn't. Okay. Be curious.
I talk too much.
Just be curious, Brett. Okay.
I always am.
And if you don't know, just ask. All right. Thanks. See ya.
Thanks, guys.